Angela Fazio, so awesome. This is awesome to be able to just get a Zoom meeting going in a couple days, which you being available to have us reach out for anything. I'm big on FOMO, the fear of missing out. Yeah. So I was like, I'm in on that. I'm in on that.
Well, thank you for having us. And we're here just to answer your questions and tell you our story. It wasn't that long ago that we just moved our 900. Well,
just to go back to what you just said, you talked about fear of missing out. It's one of the probably big attractions for agents to understand what's going on with EXP. And just had to add that in there because you had said that. So that is a big deal for people.
Well, it is a big deal because we know how much you care for people. I mean, obviously, Mark and I were wondering, why would you? Well, Mark, why don't you go ahead and
take a minute for those people watching this that don't know Chuck and Angela. Let me share a little bit of what I know about you from what I read in some places. You guys operate. Obviously, you're the owners of Revelation Real Estate, right? You started it back in 2005, I understand, and built that to nearly 900 agents. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. And like 1.7 billion in annual sales in 2018. Wow, that's what you call a power couple right there.
No, it isn't.
And is that the largest or one of the largest independent brokerages in the country?
Yeah, one of the largest independent and single office.
Single office as well.
Multiple offices where we were one office.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we did almost 6,000 transactions last year.
Holy moly!
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I guess probably the biggest question many people watching this are going to have is, why would you take that hugely successful organization and move over to EXP? Can you share a little bit why you did that? Because very nice want to
know. We're still trying to figure that out.
With no small feat, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So we, a couple of years ago, Chuck was approached by a couple of friends of his to check out EXP, and he came to us and we talked about it. And when I say us, me, of course, and our staff, and talked about the possible benefits of him not doing anything with Revelation, but him kind of talking to agents across the nation. And it's always been a dream of ours to reach as many people as possible and help them in their real estate career. We love to build things. We are passionate about that. And so he actually went over to EXP. Not me. I stayed at Revelation, of course. And he went over there a couple years ago to build nationwide with no intention of moving Revelation. But as he started to learn more about the company, got more ingrained with the people and the collaboration, and started to really feel the positive energy and all of the things that EXP offers, he started coming home. Well, he lives with me. He started talking with me.
He finally came home.
Yeah. We'd be talking about it, and he'd be like, you know what? There's more to this. We need to think about this. We need to think deeper about EXP as far as how that can benefit our agents at Revelation, because that's our baby. We love that company. Mm-hmm. And so we just started having conversations and a lot of sleepless nights. And what we came to the conclusion is that EXP has extraordinary opportunities that we weren't able to give our agents, even though we had extremely successful brokerage, but also extraordinary opportunity for ourselves to surround, because we preach, surround yourself with like-minded people. Make sure that you're carefully considering who's feeding your mind and feeding into your life. And EXP had proved to be an extraordinary source of really extraordinary people.
So a lot of extraordinaries.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
absolutely. You hit it right on the head there.
Yeah, I've never been around these many leaders in one place, so accessible to help me to the next level as quickly as it's happened. I didn't even imagine this a year ago. We were just coming on. I just came, oops, uh-oh. Can you see?
I see you.
just like blanked out. But yeah, it's phenomenal, and I just get more and more jazzed because like what I see you doing was very self-sacrificial for the ability of agents that you were already caring for to go to an even bigger building of their business and another level. It's amazing to me. Amazing.
I'm really excited about the fact that you all have offered yourselves as a resource for us and even many other agents within our organization, within EXP, to come to be able to call, ask questions, talk to prospective EXP agents possibly coming on board. What other resources are you guys able to offer us and other agents within your organization and EXP?
Well, I think to lay the foundation of that answer, take a quick step back. I wish we could say we were like completely martyrs for our company, for the good of everyone else. But understand the model that we jumped into. Number one is we are builders. We're very driven people for success, and the model is founded on you have to help other people. And so once you understand, when we took the jump into it, to take a $15 million company and pretty much dissolve it. No, they didn't pay us anything for the company. I mean, we could have tried to sell it if we wanted to, but the purpose of us doing it is to do these calls right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so as much as like yourselves and other people who are getting into it are enamored by the fact, wow, these so-called other leaders are pouring into us, you got to understand the reason why we did this is to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is just aligning with the philosophy and the blueprint that this agent is founded on. And we didn't say, let's take one of the most successful real estate brokerages in the country and just wipe it out.
For no reason.
For no reason. We're doing it
Right.
to build bigger than what we did.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to do that, we have to pour into people like you.
Right.
So do you see how that one hand is got to, well, I should say one part has to align with the other, or else it doesn't equate to the whole. So that's why you'll see that. So when people are coming in and like yourselves that are going, wow, I can't believe how accessible that leaders are pouring in, understand every leader that decided to align with EXP has to align with you if they want to be
If they
successful.
want to be
That makes perfect sense, Chuck.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
It's always been part of our DNA for sure, as just people to pour into people. That's God is great and has gifted us with that desire to pour into people. And it's so funny. I'm just putting the thought together. Yesterday, I was speaking with this wonderful lady who has her own brokerage, and I wish I could unzip people and stuff the knowledge into them and zip them back up and say, do you understand this platform allows people, because we're all uniquely gifted, we're all unique, we have things to offer. And it literally says, pour it all out for the benefit of everyone, pool all your resources, and let's all benefit. It is the most incredible concept ever, that you might have an expertise in one area, we have it in another, but when we put it together, it's magic, right? And the whole company is founded on incentivizing you to do that.
It's all based on leverage. If you understand success and wealth, you don't create wealth by saving. That's most people, their knee-jerk reaction is they look at the cost of something, they look at what they could save on something, and then they want to know why they're broke, or they don't have a level of success that they could travel lavishly or take time off. I go, because in reality, that type of a mindset is called a scarcity mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Where you're trying to hoard. So whenever anybody looks at if they're looking at EXP and their first question, their first comment is, oh, well, I'm at 100% brokerage. That's an 80-20 split. And they look at that as a negative thing. Well, they already have a disadvantage of a successful mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If somebody comes to me, and I do this in business all the time, and they say, Chuck, I have an opportunity for you. What are you willing to spend? My first question, my first comment to them is, I go, that's the wrong thing to ask. A person who wants to be successful is, what are you willing to spend? My comment is, what are you going to make me?
Right.
If you're telling me, if I said to you, invest $1,000 into leads, and your first response is, that's too much money, well, then you don't have a successful mindset. Because your first response should be is, how much will that make me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, even if you didn't have 1,000 and somebody says, if you invest 1,000, I'll make you 10, I guarantee you'll find that $1,000. So it's the same mindset of business owners. And this is what we pour into people, because most people don't have a business mindset. And when we first got into it, we learned as we grew. And as you grow and grow and grow, and then start running all multi-million-dollar businesses, you realize you have a different mindset than most people. So that's what we teach. That's what we'll pour into you guys and pour into anybody else that wants to know. But they got to get rid of the blinders first.
Absolutely.
This is not a magic pill.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity that is real. And that's the part that, once somebody understands that real part, then they know there's that potential. We didn't take, like I said, a $15 million company and dissolve it because we didn't think there was a better opportunity.
See, we didn't think about it as throwing something away. We think about it as we're taking everything that we've learned, all of our skills and resources, and we're investing those 15 years and that $15 million company into
Something
this model,
better.
something better, something that we can grow.
Right.
That totally makes sense.
The other really exciting part is, for example, Kristen, who's been with us for years and is just probably one of the nation's best recruiters. You know, she worked for us. And although they're our family, you always felt that way, we didn't have a model that allowed us to actually partner with her. And now EXP allows
And most of our staff.
Yeah, and that's just an example. You know, we can pour into our agents, but were we really partners with them? Not like we can be at EXP.
Yeah, and here's the crazy part. Kristen didn't even have a real estate license nor a background in real estate. We trained her.
Mm-hmm.
She worked around us every day, day in, day out. She absorbed everything that we think and do. And that's how she became one of the best recruiters in the industry.
She was willing to listen. And EXP tends to attract open-minded, like-minded, growth-minded people, which is so refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. We're talking with a couple of people recently, and like you said, they really didn't have that mindset because they were first looking at the costs. And then when they started looking closer and started seeing people and what we had to offer and seeing the results of what everybody's done for our business, it was kind of hard to grasp or believe, because there's no competition like where they are right now. They're just not getting the help they need. And here we have an abundance every day. I can't keep up with all the help. I just can't.
Yeah.
Well, we offer up to 50 live training classes online in our world every week. We've introduced a number of agents with other companies to the, what's it called, training passport that EXP is offering right now. And we've got half a dozen agents so far that have already tapped into that and are learning from that. And hopefully learning about EXP along the way as well.
Yeah.
So that's
one of the things you're never going to do is you can't change someone's mindset if they if they don't believe they have the propensity to work at a level. This is not jump over. We have a lot of training. Poof, you're successful.
Right.
And the reason why most people will be fixated on the costs is because even when you tell them, look at all that we offer, here's the problem. And then you go, I don't understand why that's not valuable to you. And you want to shake someone. Well, here's what you're really doing. They're not, in their mind, if you could read their mind, here's what they're really saying when you're saying, look at all this training that we have to make you successful. They're saying in their mind, yeah, but I'm lazy. I don't work. I'm not going to use that. So you're on the surface going, oh my gosh, I got to wait for you to be successful. And then you're wondering why they're not getting it. They're not getting it because they know deep down inside they don't work.
That's right.
So they're one or two deals. They want to keep every penny they can.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me and her, if you said to me, Chuck, I have a job for you. You could make $500,000 a year, and we're going to pay you to work this many hours a week, and you're going to show up at this time, and you're guaranteed $500,000 in a year, or we don't guarantee you anything, but you have the capability of making millions. My mindset is, I want that.
That's right.
Because I know I will outwork anyone. But if you think about it, if you ask the majority of people, they'll take the first one.
Yeah.
Because they don't believe in themselves, nor do they have the work ethic. So like Angela said, this company attracts like-minded people. And it's very hard to change someone's mindset that has got a fixed scarcity mindset. That's why it's a numbers game.
Yep. These are the type of conversations that we have with people. I'm going to make two examples. One, I'll talk to somebody who's like my husband's age, 56.
Oh.
Cool.
Like 56. And I'll talk to two 56-year-olds. This one will say, been in this business for 20 years.
Is that like a 56-year-old voice? Oh.
I've been in the business for 20 years. I only have like 5 or 6 years left in me. I don't want to go and, I'm just going to stick to what I know. And I'll talk to another 56-year-old who says, I only have 5 or 6 years left. You know what I can do in 5 or 6 years? I'm just giving an example.
5 or 6 years left.
I'm just giving an example. So, or I'll talk to somebody who says, wow, that is a lot more money than I'm used to spending. One person will say, that just means I need to do an extra deal or whatever, and the other person is like, well, I'm not willing to spend that. And so I ask people these kinds of questions. We have all of this to offer. You need to ask yourself, does the stock ownership, does that appeal to you? Do you like to refer people to something great? Because this is great. I mean, I'll ask them, if you had the chance to collaborate with big thinkers and great people, would you take advantage of it?
I want to put a spin on that because we talk differently, me and her. That's not the way I say it to someone. If you want, here's how you lead somebody down the path. Ask them, where do they see their life in 5 years?
Most people can't.
Dream bigger. Where do they want to do? What do they want to see?
I'll write that one down.
Talk about the scarcity part of it. Because then once they paint that picture of what they want, then you say, well, is what you're doing going to get you there? And then you go down the path, like she said, to talk about these things. But
I like that. You're a good salesperson.
I got her, didn't I?
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Did you marry up like I did, Chuck?
Married up, it wasn't, yeah. In my league, I was like, Major
That's not
League
true at all.
playing Little League. Yeah.
That is not true at all. Yeah, so
You guys are awesome.
I'm not going to lie. Finally, I'm going to tell the truth. But almost every day that we get farther and farther into this, I'm even thinking bigger about it. I'm even getting more excited about it. Who can just pick up the phone on and you guys aren't alone, pick up the phone on a one day and talk to Michael Reese on the next day about something
Yeah.
amazing.
And you know what we're gonna share with you right here, why it's so important to have these conversations and to be around like-minded people. And here's the secret. Where when you get to know us, there's nothing we don't do. Like, we talk about what we talk about. We talk about what we live. And I'm going to share with you, just yesterday, I was so, and you talk about transparent. I was like, you know what? This company's too expensive. I can't get agents to come to this company. Do you know why? Because I had a series of scarcity-minded pieces of garbage that I was in my head, bitching and moaning about the fees. And it was one after another. It was 3 agents. And by the end of the day, I was like so worked up with going, maybe this model doesn't work. Can't believe it. We got to sell something that's an 80-20. And then I'm like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So just the reason why I'm telling you is we all deal with it.
We all fall into that trap.
There are days that I'm like, I want to give up. So when people look at people like us and maybe say, I wish I had their strength. I wish I didn't falter like them. I wish I was so positive like they are. We all have our
You have
days.
to work at it.
And because we have each other, we talk. And now I'm on the call with you and I'm regurgitating what I should have been saying to myself yesterday. And I'm going, I love this company.
Yeah.
And they're like, these idiots. No, I don't mean they're idiots. So I'm not putting them down as people, except for one of them. No. There are people, look, it's just not for them.
But that's
and that's okay.
Yeah.
But that's why it's very important to be around like-minded people, because you get energized and plugged in and you go, now I know why I'm here. Now I see it.
It's the same reason why you got to go to church every Sunday and listen to the Bible over and over and over, because we are forgetful people. We are forgetful people. We need to remind ourselves.
Yep. You're not feeding your soul with positive, you'll get eaten alive in this world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm doing it more and more now because there's just so much negative out there. And as I do it, it's just really helping me. It's really helping like transform my whole mindset. It's amazing. I mean,
I did a whole thing on it. Sorry to cut you short there.
It's okay.
But I have a bad habit.
We're terrible. We talk over each other all the time.
We do too.
Yeah. I did a whole series on that at Be Different Mastermind. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to it. Daniel Beer and Kyle Whistle and Mary Maloney put it on. It was a few weeks ago.
Yes,
and
I did.
One of the things that we do and I talk about sometimes is the scientific facts behind why is it important to be around like-minded, energizing people. And one of the things that we talk about is if you ever go to listen to a motivational speaker like a Tony Robbins or a Grant Cardone or any of them, and you number one is you go to a place that is around people who spent the money to go there. So like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know why they charge, because if it didn't, then you have a bunch of not like-minded people going, is that all I got? Anyway, so you got like-minded people, and you walk out of these events amped, and you're pumped, and you're like, oh my gosh, that person just motivate me, and I'm going to get out there, and I'm going to work, and I'm going to do this, and then it could be a couple of hours, maybe a couple of days, maybe a week, and you're like,
why was I so excited?
Yeah. Well, there's scientific proof behind that. And your body gives off a chemical called dopamine. And they've recently done research, because originally they said dopamine was given off when you're experiencing that. They've done research, so lab mice, and they had a whole thing of cheese on the other side of a small fence. And This one didn't have no dopamine, and they wouldn't even climb a small fence to get to that cheese. Then they gave it to the mice, they gave the dopamine, and this thing was like that, right over the fence. They were amped up. But what happens is dopamine leaves your system. So what you got to, when you get motivated and pumped up, what that is dopamine in your body. And dopamine is also associated with people who are addicted to drugs and stuff. It's just what amps them up. And so that's another reason.
He's not saying take drugs.
No, not taking drugs. But that's another reason why, from a scientific standpoint, human body, that is what drives us, is the dopamine to keep us amped up. So you got to constantly be filling yourself with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it.
Makes sense. That's it.
Love
Very
it.
good. Outstanding.
So did
Do you
you
have
have,
any other questions, Mark? I think they've covered everything.
A lot, absolutely. We want to thank you guys for taking the time to share with us today. And we are so excited we have you as a resource now in this great business, eXp Realty, along with all the other top agents that also are out there helping us. And if anybody's watching this and wants to learn more about eXp, get a hold of Mark and Mel.
Absolutely. Get a hold of
Thank
both
you.
of them.
How to do it.
Partner with them, you partner with us.
that's right.
That's
Package-
right.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much for your time, guys.
You
You
guys
have a great day.
Have an awesome day.